Hey, welcome to the Tolleson-Mack podcast. And the guy sitting to my left needs no introduction. Clayton Biglow, how are you, buddy?
I'm outstanding. Thanks for having me.
And we're still sitting here at Prescott Frontier Days. 136 years this thing's been going on. They've been waiting for Clayton to come spur one down. So who do you got tonight?
I got a Christian Vold horse, Sunglow. Really good bronc. Been to the finals a bunch of times. Got honor at the college finals in 2016. So it's been a minute since we've matched up.
All right. Still going down the road. Still bucking like it should.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, she's awesome.
All right, Cesar. What do you know about this guy, Brandon? What do you know about him?
Man, I'm a fan. I was telling y'all before we started here about Clayton. He enters the team roping in Pendleton, and that's extreme, man. I tell you,
Yeah.
Like, my heart gets to thumping. That's one of my favorite places to rope. It's the most dangerous place for a team roper to rope. And who do you use your you,
and
you,
all of
you,
us
you rope
roughies enter it.
Yeah. I mean, and they have fun. Actually, Clayton's done good over there. Like he's turned.
But is that why you enter it? It's because it's.
Well, I like team rope anyhow, and if we're sitting good in the standings, I kind of mess around with it at that time of year. Mm-hmm. So, and Pendleton's always one that you want to win the all around or give a shot at it. So.
But to get your blood pumping.
It's exactly right. Yeah. You get more nervous about team roping over there than bucking horse riding.
I'm telling you, that's what I see. You got y'all's faces in the bareback ride. You got pumped up, man. Like you got a different look in your eye when you're coming off the hill. Like you're like. Easy.
Yeah, pasture roping.
We talked about it a little bit too. Like you mentioned that the team roping horse is able to go down over there versus a bucking horse. You know, they're usually turned out in the pastures over there, and they've been on grass and.
Yeah, they're used to
it. They handle.
They're used to the
good.
footing, and they can get a hold a little better.
Yeah. Rope horse ain't used to it too much.
A little extreme, and then. Team roping, man, you see a couple people go down every set.
Right? Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Pretty much every
it's
time.
Like you have to just pay attention a little bit.
Exactly.
So.
Where are you heading after Prescott?
Got West Jordan tonight at 8:00.
Tonight,
yeah. Catch a flight out of Phoenix and land in Salt Lake at 7:50, and they switched the Bears and Broncs over there at West Jordan, so we'll probably have about 30-45 minutes to get over to the rodeo and get on.
Man, we've been sitting here talking to a lot of people, and I think that's something like maybe the listeners or the viewers, I don't know, they just take it for granted, I guess.
They don't understand.
It is the traveling. I mean, it's no big deal. Yeah, I ride at West Jordan tonight.
Yeah.
Dude, you're sitting in Prescott doing a podcast.
We're in
now.
Arizona. You're going to get on two today, and one in Arizona, one in Utah.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a huge part of it, and I guess that's what separates you guys, and makes the cream rise to the top because. I mean that's part of it. That has to take a big toll on your body is getting in there on a bucking horse sometimes, right? The traveling and stuff.
Yeah, traveling's probably one of the toughest things for any guy for really. But bucking horse riders and bull riders, yeah. I mean you're putting your body through some trauma and then you're just sitting in a rig for 8-10 hours and your body stows up, and especially. I'm 27. I've been doing this for 8-9 years now, so it's I'm kind of getting towards the end of my career. And getting older, for a bareback rider. And, yeah, you stove up a lot faster than you do when you were younger.
Stove up a lot quicker than you did when you were 18?
Exactly,
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I sit on this chair too long, I stove up.
And like you said, you got to get back down to Phoenix. The traffic's going to be like going down.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's so many factors that you guys can miss it just by 10 minutes.
Exactly.
We're a big gamble on that, just doing that.
Coming down to the minutes for sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that, like I said, I think that's I think that's a huge part of it. I mean, these guys that play one football game on the weekend.
Yeah, there's no other professional athlete that does it like that.
No, I mean, they play one football game on the weekend. They've got 40 people in a training room that rub on them all week long to get them ready. I mean, these guys are, we'll ride one in Utah later, and then I'm going to head up to Calgary.
Yeah,
it's like a boxing. They don't box back to back to back.
Never.
Yeah, and then it's all on us to stay loose and get ready for the next one.
That's pretty cool.
So the 2 rodeos a day. I mean, that's what makes it so much fun, though. I mean, I wouldn't want it. This is how I want it, honestly. Like it's a blast. This week of just hustling and gunning and going like crazy.
So you were Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
You were talking a little bit like you're on the. You said on the kind of backside of your career now, or you're getting up there.
Well, I shouldn't say back. Yeah. I mean, 27. I'm 35 is an old bareback rider, so I'm closer to that than I am 18. So
yeah, right. So we had some guys on yesterday, and they were younger dudes, calf ropers, and one was a team roper, and they're like 20, 21. I mean, you couldn't put these guys' fire out with a blanket.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're just rolling, And I would ask them like, hey, what's your plan after you get done rodeo? And they're like, we don't got no plan.
Now, when you're 21,
Our
you
plan's
think about
rodeo,
that,
dude.
Yeah,
Know your
You know?
family, man.
So I'm gonna
exactly.
ask you the same question. Like, like you said, a 35-year-old bareback rider is kind of on the end. And what is your plan? You ranch or something?
Yeah,
like
so
that?
I'd like to get some cows. Pretty much all the money that I've won in my career, I've put away and
Well, that's
try
smart.
to invest it, and just try to set something up after rodeo.
That's pretty cool.
And where you live?
Clements, California.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where's Clements at?
it's Northern California, right by. I don't know if you guys. I know Cesar is Oakdale.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I'm
know
right by
Oakdale is.
Oakdale.
That's
So,
great. Oh, you
Out
are?
there. It's
Okay.
a
Yeah.
nice spot.
yeah,
Nice spot.
foothills of California.
That's cool. And a lot of people don't know there's a lot of cattle in California.
Yeah, there's a lot of ranching going on
Yeah,
over
there's
there.
a lot of ranching
Fat
going on.
cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of grass. That especially that northern part. Like, where do we go to that farm show? Tulare?
Yeah, Tulare.
Yeah.
Central.
So I'm just
Central.
2 hours north of Tulare.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we go to a farm show over there every year.
Yeah.
And well, I don't know. I didn't go last year, but so where after Utah?
We got St. Paul, Malala tomorrow. So we got 2 more, and then Mandan, North Dakota, Killdeer,
St.
South
Paul is
Dakota.
in like St. Paul,
Oregon.
Minnesota. Oh,
No,
Oregon.
St. Paul,
Oh.
Oregon, and Malala, Oregon.
St.
Oh.
Paul, that's the one with the trees
Yeah.
sticking
Yeah.
out.
So
And
they'll-
they're plastic trees.
no,
Oh,
they're
they're
real
real.
as they get.
So you're bucking, you have a chance to land right on top of that
Yeah, oh
tree.
yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
We've
that's-
jumped
Why don't
over
you
it.
explain that to the
Yeah.
listener?
I
What
thought,
you
I
talking
thought they were just fake. They're little Christmas
No,
trees out there.
yeah,
like,
little
out of
pine
plastic.
trees, little redwoods or
and,
whatever.
and they have to throw their rope, and the tree gets in their way.
Yeah.
All the, you know what I mean? And
Really?
It gets in the way of
Yeah.
the team ropers. I think it kind of is an advantage for us bareback riders. You might
Just-
stall a horse
You don't
out.
a
want
horse
to
do
go to
that?
the left.
Have you been on one that's
Yeah,
seen that
I've jumped
mid-buck?
one before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after I double grabbed, you get to racing around them, and
Yeah.
horses aren't paying attention sometimes, so they'll run one over.
So, who do you think is obviously your favorite horse of all time? Maybe not even one you've ever got on, but what's your favorite horse of all time, like bucking horse?
Well, nowadays it's a lot different. There's so many good ones with the breeding program going on. That's a hardest question for a bronc rider, bull rider. I mean, I can tell you 4 instead of 1.
There you go.
I mean, Explosive Skies, Gunfire, Virgil, Stevie Nicks. I mean, right there at the top of my head. And I guarantee every other bareback rider would probably say the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, those are definitely some names that you see when you're watching the Cowboy Channel. And the other part that I think is cool, especially about the rough stock end of things, is, man, you get excited when those horses get ran in there.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this horse bucked off 10 guys in a row, and these guys are back there pumped up, excited to get on him, like JB on Bushwhacker. Like,
Yeah.
he kept getting bucked off, but he
Yeah.
knew.
The reason he got on him 13 times or whatever it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you get to run around with any of those guys? Do you bump into those
JB?
guys? Yeah,
Yeah,
JB.
yeah. Now that he's pro rodeo, and it's so cool to see him out here getting on and trying to make the finals, and
He
yeah,
fits right in with you guys, though.
he does.
'cause
He's a rodeo
cowboy.
guy. Yeah,
he's
he
a
might have been the
cowboy.
PBR, but he's all rodeo.
Yeah, he definitely does. So, you were saying earlier that you, after this and after those ones, you're headed up to Calgary.
Yeah. So after the 4th, we got the 5th and 6th off, and we'll drive up to Calgary and start there at the 7th.
And how long's Calgary go for?
So though this year is 3 pools, usually just 2. So you're up there. Well, usually you're up there for 4 days, and then you can go rodeo in between the short round and whatever pool you're in. But we're up there for 3 days, and we'll come back down. We're actually in the NFR Open too, so go to Calgary, run down to Colorado Springs, get on the NFR Open, finish it off there, and then haul butt back up to Calgary.
Have you ever got on the zip line?
No, and they quit doing it.
Oh,
and
they did?
the first couple years I went up there, they had it, and then they quit doing it.
Yeah.
I was bummed I never got to do it.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, did you?
No. Well, they don't have to.
Oh yeah, they do now, but not.
Yeah. It's not. They won't have it. I don't know why they don't have it there.
I don't get it.
That
either.
or not.
Is
a
that the
different
one that,
barn
like,
over there?
Hold you up out of the crowd or something?
Yeah. Well, they fly from the grandstands all the way
Yeah.
down to the.
Yeah, and if you've ever been to Calgary, them grandstands aren't short. I mean, they are way up there, and I'm afraid of heights, so I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good thing I didn't do it.
It's probably a good plan. So you were telling us a little bit before we went on air about the traditions, because I brought up that if them guys win Calgary, they try to get a calf, or team roping, they try to get a steer or whatever. What's your guys' tradition over
Yeah, so whoever wins Calgary, I think it's a keg is the
keg?
steakhouse in Calgary, and we all go to the keg, and it could be 5 of us, it could be 50 of us bareback riders, and he's got to get everyone's dinner whoever wins it.
So the winner has to pick up the check for everybody.
Yeah, winner pays for everyone.
Oh man,
That's
Yeah.
a good tradition. I think we need
It
to
is.
do that more.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a great time. We all have a good time at dinner.
what other cool traditions are kind of things can you think of like that? I mean, that to me is pretty cool, right? So the guy that's winning's like, oh shit.
Yeah, one of the coolest.
He's probably
ones-
hoping there's another rodeo real quick, so these guys gotta leave.
Yeah, right. No kidding. Yeah, you guys got to go, don't you?
Yeah, so they got somewhere to be.
Yeah. Not only that, it's just it's our families too, because Calgary's kind of a little, breakdown after the 4th. So we all take our families up
Oh,
there,
yeah.
our wives and kids, and so it's not just bareback riders. It's mom and children, and yeah,
It's a big deal.
it's a big bill for sure.
That's pretty awesome, though, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
cool.
that's cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, we were talking to these guys, and the Kincaid says, "Yeah, if I win, I'm getting the calf back." We're sneaking somehow. We're getting
Yeah,
paperwork.
yeah.
We're bringing the calf back.
Yeah, they won't sell you them bucking horses. No.
Oh no, they ain't never gonna sell you one of those. I
Yeah,
don't
they
think.
love them as much as we do.
We touched on that breeding program a little bit. Well, you did, and Cesar talks about a lot of the performance horse breeding and things like that. So, if why don't you explain a little bit the Born to Buck program? And I mean, I know about it from the bull side, but they literally are taking these bareback horses that you're getting on now, and obviously if they're still studs and mares, and they're breeding them to make the babies. And have you kind of got on some generational
Yeah,
bucking horses in your time?
yeah, for sure. A lot of graded coconut babies. I
Oh,
mean, you
yeah,
look at
yeah.
the Calgary string, and graded's got his imprint on every one of them, probably. A lot of his daughters and sons are, having babies and out of him, and we've seen some come and go.
Where does that horse fall on your list?
Graded, I never got to get on him, unfortunately. They retired him, I think, 2 years before I kind of came around. I mean, from every guy I've talked to, to Casey and all the guys that have been around for a little bit, they said you thought Virgil was cool. Well, Graded was another step above him. So I've seen a lot of videos, and I can concur to that.
Yeah, that Virgil horse is cool.
Yeah, he is. He's fun to watch. He's got a cool characteristic too. I mean, he loves
just
his
gentle,
job.
Huh? He just kind of hangs out back there.
He's
He'll let
gentle,
you
but
get-
he's still a bucking horse.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I know when you get strapped on there and he's hanging out, and like you got a guy on his head, he just kind of hangs.
yeah.
No big deal.
Sticking
right?
his head over
yeah,
the top
he just
rail
wants to
and-
look at everybody, just see what
Yeah.
everybody's doing, and then just kick over the
Yeah,
chutes
no, he's a
there.
bucker, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's
He's
just,
cool.
and then it's
And he weighs about 1,600 pounds.
that's
He's
what I was
huge.
telling them. Like his withers is 6 foot right there.
Oh, his neck's the
withers-
size of this table.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
he can just look over the chutes real easy. Like
Yeah.
it's not even that big a deal. Like
Yeah,
if he
no.
wanted to climb out,
No.
it would be no big
How
deal.
old do you?
you kind of
how old do you
climb
think he
up
is?
on to get on Virgil instead of down.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old do you think he is?
Virgil, I think he's 13 or 14. I want to say he's right around there. He's in his prime.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, he's been on the road for 10 years.
Yeah,
You think?
yeah.
Probably start when they're 3, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they buck him. Yeah,
They'll
they
probably
started-
buck him with a dummy and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
kind of going
But
down.
they
the
started
road.
hauling him when he was, I think, 7
Oh,
or
7,
8.
okay.
Yeah, hauling him hard, like going to rodeos and
Yeah,
stuff.
when's a good age to start hauling them? I know when rope horses, it's you got to be careful not to push them too hard because
Well,
you
it's
can
yeah.
fry the
That
brain.
was
You know,
what
but
I was going to say. It depends
when
on the
they're-
horse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if you got a horse that can handle the road and the bucking
Yeah.
and going to a bunch of different places, you could start them as early as 4 or 5. I mean, 4 that's pushing it. A lot of guys, I think this is more of the smarter move, but they'll let the horse mature physically
yeah, yeah.
and mentally, and
Six.
start them around
6 or 7's a
6
good
or
age,
7.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have practice horses at your house?
I used to, but man, rodeo,
It's gone all the time.
we're getting on 80 horses to 100 a year, so it's really no point to go home and beat up your body.
Yeah.
I usually just go and work out and get on my rope horse, ride around bareback,
Mhm.
and do stuff like that. But
Do you
before
rope
the-
a bunch at home?
yeah, before the finals, I'll get on some practice horses.
Mm-hmm.
During the finals, do you guys go anywhere and like in the team rope? And if these guys miss a couple or something, some of them will go to an arena somewhere around there and just kind of try to get their mind right. Like if you're at the finals and maybe not having the greatest round, maybe you're getting them rode, but not rode the way you want to get them rode. Do you guys go somewhere? You just hit the spur board, or you just
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can pack a spur board with you, but it's a game you got to learn how to forget. When things go bad, you got to forget about it.
Well, that's a great way to put it. And everybody up here says that, like those dudes yesterday said the same thing. They're like, man, if you miss one, you just go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've been watching any of the team roping, but the steers are challenging, to say the least.
Yeah.
And I asked that Clay Cherry, I said, what do you think of those steers? He goes, hey, look good to me. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He goes, just fun. We're
Yeah.
just going to rope them.
Yeah.
Like, buddy,
You gotta
he's
do your
also
job.
20 21 years old, you
Yeah,
know,
he
like
don't care.
he
Yeah.
don't care, dude.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
back them in and let them roll. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's a good attitude to have, though.
Yeah.
That's one you gotta have.
Are you kind of traveling with anybody or meet anybody like a young and up and comer that's like
Yeah,
that?
I got Jason Frost with me. He's actually from California. Me and RC Landingham and Jason Frost are hitting the road this summer. And Jason, he's 19 years old. So and we've known him for a while because he grew up in California. And so it's pretty cool to have another Californian with us and a up and comer. And he rides good. You'll see him at the finals here.
Good
shortly.
attitude, solid.
Good attitude. Yeah, good guy to be around. And he's got a lot of talent.
What do you call them, Cesar? The Sharks?
Sharks, man. You got to be a great white. You know what I mean? You gotta,
yeah.
You got to be a killer sometimes,
Yeah.
especially when you draw a good one. You got to take that. You got to take advantage of it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I get that from those guys, man. They're here to work
Out
and
for blood,
have
man.
fun, and I love it. Like I love the positivity that those guys have, and
But the cool thing is they're all buddies. We all help each other. You know, catching rides and doing all that stuff. But back in the box, man, it's time to do work.
yeah, time to get serious. We watched clay rope last night, and I mean, he just, all day long, he's kind of, just whatever, nonchalant. But when it was time to back in the box,
Yeah, it's game time.
yeah, he sucked his hat down and looked like a bronc rider, like he was ready to go. So.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I think we got to let Clayton get back to doing what he does best because he's got a long couple days ahead of him. But man, we appreciate you stopping by and talking to us for a little bit.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Clayton.
All right, man.